Claus, Bee.
Hey everyone. So before I start off with this video, I just want to thank every single one of you who have stayed with me, whether I first started my channel, midway through my channel's lifespan, and now. Because it honestly means a lot to me. It also really means a lot since we're about to reach 5,000 subscribers. And when we do, I will review the Fireman Sam movie, also known as The Great Fire of Pontypanny. So make sure to subscribe to see that review come out sooner rather than later. Also, let's see if we can reach about 500 likes on this video. So without wasting any more time, let's just get straight into it. It's that time of year again in Elwood City, and Arthur claims that it will be the quote-unquote best Christmas ever. Bold words for a kid whose parents will be in massive debt once they see DW's Christmas list. Arthur then transitions to a fancy Christmas outfit with the help of cartoon magic. I'm skipping this part because of how annoying and irrelevant it is to the actual plot of the special. Honestly though, it's just filler garbage.
Go!
DW then interrupts her brother's musical fantasy and shouts at him to write her a letter to Santa Claus, because even though she's almost 5 years old, she still can't write. Which is surprising, considering she's smart enough to manipulate her family into doing everything for her.
You wrote Santa Claus, right? Not Santa Cruz?
Oh, just shut up. We're not even 5 minutes into the special and I've already had enough of you. Jan turns on the radio and it plays the most annoying song about a talking toy named Tina. Because it was 2000 at that point, and Talking Ben wouldn't have been a thing for 11 years. Jan's about to change the radio when DW yells at her to back off from it. Like she's the one who pays the bills in the house.
Who do you think you are? I am!
Arthur finally arrives at his school with a healthy dose of PTSD added to his name. At this rate, this kid's gonna need a therapist before he hits 5th grade. This is when Francine tells him that Muffy won't accept the fact she won't be at her party. But Arthur, why are you listening to the girl who has bullied you multiple times throughout the first 5 seasons? What's up with cartoons and Stockholm Syndrome? I honestly don't get it. Francine stands her ground, again, from what we can see, and says she isn't coming to Muffy's stupid rich-infested party. But those words send absolutely no signal to Muffy's brain as she says that the squabs are performing tomorrow at her party. Hey, gotta flex off that money somehow. George passes some dried and boiled fish to the entire class, which is also called lutefisk. Imagine a fish that died in '98, was stuffed in a Ziploc bag, left in a trunk for a summer, and then got boiled for the authentic experience. That's lutefisk. Everyone passes the fish around like normal people except Buster, who takes delight in eating said thing.
Not bad.
Honestly though, I can't be surprised because this kid literally has a food cabinet of expired foods. Meanwhile, Big Key Barnes makes a pecan pie, which sounds nice on paper, until you realize he didn't bother taking the shells off. Hopefully nobody's got braces. Princess of Christmas? More like the Princess of Hell. Arthur and his mom arrive at the mall to do some Christmas shopping. Jan makes the smart decision to let her son roam around the mall by himself, because apparently she's never heard of kidnappers or common sense. Arthur decides to get his mom the same glass bird that he broke, because nothing says I learned nothing like giving the same gift that destroyed your mom's last shred of hope for your self-awareness. They both finish Christmas shopping, and Arthur asks Jan if she got everything on her list.
Well, almost everything.
There was just one thing that was all sold out.
Geez, I wonder what that could be. Jan explains to DW that Santa isn't her own personal genie and won't give in to her every request. Because apparently, Jan thinks that telling her the truth about Santa is going to prepare her for the bitterness of reality. Like how you'll never get what you want, especially after you've been a little brat all year.
Why? Because I've been bad?
No, DW, you haven't been bad.
Instead of accepting fate, she blames Arthur and crunches up a chocolate chip cookie all at once.
Hey everyone, I've got a big surprise. Uncle Fred's video Christmas card.
Sounds like a name I would hear on To Catch a Predator. Ew! He even looks like one. Gross. Buster's mom aggressively wakes her son out of bed, thinking it's Christmas morning. Sounds like someone hasn't been taking their anti-anxiety pills. Muffy's party is in full effect, but Arthur would rather spend it complaining that there's no snow. Brain tries to tell Arthur that Christmas is about Jesus and not some stupid snow. Arthur says F that and that he still wants snow. Guess we all know who's going down there now.
Gather round, my subjects.
You can just call them slaves at this point, Muffy. Muffy tells Francine to come collect her present, and that's when reality bonks her on the head. She calls Francine and immediately starts accusing her of committing the unthinkable crime of choosing a family tradition over her party. She crosses the line when she says Hanukkah isn't as important as her stupid rich invested party.
But you can see your family any old day. Besides, it's not like Hanukkah is as important as Christmas. Well, it is to me.
Francine hangs up the phone in anger and Muffy just goes on like nothing happened. Arthur returns home from Muffy's lavish piece of crap party only to discover DW's ruined half the Christmas tree with their awful decorating. Like as if Jan and David specifically brought the tree for her and her only. Jan lets Arthur finish decorating and tells DW to get lost. Arthur's about ready to go to bed when DW orders him to get things ready for Santa, like putting out a plate of cookies and a glass of milk, which wouldn't be such a problem if DW wasn't the one in charge of things. Arthur's finally ready to go to bed when he finds out his parents bailed his uncle out of jail to spend Christmas with them, which makes Arthur really excited. I should be concerned. It's finally the big day, and DW decides to become everyone's alarm clock. She ends up waking everyone in the house and thinks she's found Santa in their bathroom. Like an idiot, always an idiot. She wants to show her dad, but ends up walking in on Arthur doing his business.
Can't a kid get any privacy around here?
I guess Fred isn't the only pervert in this house. We then see Buster doing his mom's job, waking her up on Christmas morning after she's been in a coma from all the false alarms and emotional burnout she experienced throughout the weekend. At this point, it's a miracle she's still functioning. As for Muffy, she ends up receiving 38 Christmas presents, but even that can't fill up her void of happiness when she realizes she destroyed her friendship with Francine for good.
I'd be the princess. And Francina, serving girl.
Is that supposed to be Black Cinderella? We then cut to Arthur having an imaginary sequence where he's named the perfect child, complete with a parade dedicated to him, all because he gave his mom a glass bird. However, that dream instantly shatters like his parents' marriage when he accidentally breaks the glass bird. For the second time. The effects of his PTSD start to kick in right there. As for Queen Christmas Brat, she's in the pre-stages of having a seizure and claiming it's torture. Not like she isn't torture to the whole family. Uncle Fred walks in on Arthur finally breaking down for the first time ever. Arthur claims he screwed up big time, like the glass bird is the sole reason why his mom might still have any hope left for him. Fred manages to calm Arthur down and bring him downstairs.
Daddy, next year can I have a Kwanzaa party instead of a Christmas party?
Sure, Pookie. Why?
Because maybe Francine will be able to come to that one.
Or maybe you leave your friend alone on Hanukkah and we just leave it at that. It's DW's turn to open a present and both parents fear the worst. DW finds out that instead of receiving her Tina play toy, she got a talking duck. Now, you would think she would just be grateful for what she got, right?
Are you upset?
No. I wanted Tina the talking tabby! I wanted Tina the talking tabby!
DW only manages to calm down when she realizes she can use the duck to annoy the hell out of her brother. The rest of the special show Muffy and Francine randomly making up. Because of course, cartoons can't resist Stockholm Syndrome moments. Why? Who knows? Maybe it's the holiday spirit or the writers rushing to wrap things up. Meanwhile, everyone else is busy celebrating Christmas, or whatever they celebrate, in their own way. Because that's apparently what life is all about, forgetting the drama 5 seconds later. The special ends with Arthur finally getting his wish granted. It starts snowing, because apparently, that's what happens when you spend an entire episode wallowing in self-pity. Let's summarize. DW spent all of the special acting like a spoiled brat. She ended up giving her brother PTSD to blasting that Talking Tina song in his ear. And even went as far as to blame him when Jan told her that Santa won't give her everything she wants. She walked in on her brother doing his thing and ended up kicking and screaming for the whole world when she got the complete opposite of what she was expecting. She only shut herself up when she realized her duck can be used as another torture device on her brother. But she wasn't the only brat in this special. Muffy spent the entire episode bragging about her ridiculously over-the-top rich person Christmas party like she was a rejected cast member from Real Housewives of Elwood City. When Francine rightfully put her in her place, she called her rude in return and then started crying on Christmas Day when she realized she couldn't show off the presents she got while turning it into a one-person pleasant shaming session. As for Arthur's mom Jan, she waited until the last possible second to go shopping, thinking she could still fix everything with a last-ditch effort. But instead, she got a shocking reality check and the sound of DW screaming, which would explain DW's massive tantrum that would play on later in the special. Speaking of that exact moment, Jan didn't do anything but sit there and let her daughter ruin the Christmas vibe while nearly kicking the Christmas tree down instead of getting punished. And while Arthur wasn't really bad, he gave no care about the actual meaning of Christmas, being the birth of Jesus Christ, and whined about how there still wasn't any snow. To end the summary, Minky Barnes ended up breaking some kids' teeth with his awful crappy cooking. So, in good old-fashioned Matt Neff style, F you everyone.